Hi everyone. This morning I wanted to talk to you about the gunas as well as Maya and what the link is. But I thought before I start that I wanted to show you what the application of the gunas is in our lives. Because the thing is, as long as we are material beings, tamas is needed. In what form? In the form of sleep. If you didn't have sleep, you would really go haywire and in fact be very ill. So tamas is needed. Now the thing is that but what you don't need about tamas is that what you don't want it to be is that tamas becomes dominant in your life, which means that the quality of ignorance dominates your life, the quality of resistance dominates your life, the quality of lethargy dominates your life. And you start living on people's charity because you don't want to do anything for yourself. That's what tamas does. Now, in terms of rajas is the active part of you, the passionate part of you, the desireful part of you. But of course, it has its own entrenchment because it gets you caught up in ambition and this and that. But rajas is really important in the ladder to get you from tamas to sattva, because you need activity. Now, if I remember seeing many people who have been depressed, and when a depressed person comes to you, what is depressed? Their energetic system is depressed. That's what depression actually means. And as a result of that depression of the energetic system, their mindset is, in fact, is in their boots, so to speak. They can't think straight. So to get a depressed person out of depression is to get them to do activities that they love doing as children, and giving them structure to their life and getting them into a routine and getting them moving. It's through that movement that they can overcome their depression. And they can move to sattva and start to see life that as more meaningful, as more inspirational. Now, so rajas is a very important ladder to moving out from sattva, from tamas into sattva. And when we teach the meditation course, when we first start to do the actual, before we sit people into meditation, in order to get them into relaxed alertness, we have to get rid of all the tensions and all the stuff that they've brought around with them. So what do? You use activity, rajas guna, in order to get them moving, shifting, giving them the stretches so that they can release the tension and then come into relaxation. And then you prepare, and it becomes easier to sit quietly. It becomes easier to then evolve the quality of serenity because you have released them of their tensions and whatever is going on. So you can see that rajas is really quite an important ladder to sattva in that sense. And I think it's important for you to understand this because till you don't sit and look at your life and look at what patterns work for you, what don't work for you, then things go haywire, don't they, really? So you need that time to be able to contemplate and see where your life is going, see what patterns stop you, what patterns take you forward. So you can understand why sattva guna is so important in that sense. So what is the link between Maya and gunas? And we remember when I spoke about Maya, I spoke about Maya in a very simplistic term on the jiva level. Level meaning the embodied self that is encased in a body and the personality and the koshas and the three bodies and so on. That's what I mean by jiva level. At the jiva level, we said absolute reality plus mind creates Maya. But of course, there is cosmic illusion. And that cosmic illusion is actually called also Maya. And this cosmic illusion is something that is what creates it. If I said to you that absolute reality plus Maya creates a quality of the creative principle called Ishvara, and this is what is the cause of creation in its form. But creation, what things are needed to create creation? guess what? Knowledge is needed, action is needed, and material is needed. Knowledge is jnana, action is kriya, material is jara. And guess what? Jnana comes from the quality of sattva. Action comes from the quality of rajas. And material, inert material, jara, comes from the quality of tamas. So on all the gunas are responsible for creating creation as we know it. So how do we overcome this illusion? Now I'm going back into the jiva level, meaning how do you apply this practical principle in your life? Remember, when you are in sattva, you will be, it has the quality of unveiling truth. That's why sattva is so important to be in. When you're in rajas, because you're on the move, and that there's a possibility that you will not see reality as it is because you're too fast for yourself. So therefore, misapprehension of reality takes place to the point that you can get confused about what's what. And tamas, when you're in tamas, you actually totally ignore reality. The quality to ignore actually gets ignited, and that is not a good thing. So remember, the aim is to rise from the lower gunas to the higher gunas and to transcend the gunas, which can only happen through understanding who you are at the very core. Because if you start with yourself and know who you are, it is not something that is being said, hey, you as the most divine person. But once you realize your divinity and your reality, then it is possible to overcome the maya that creates limitations in this world for you, or creates divisions in this absolute reality that exists. So if you understand, know who you are, knowing which everything becomes just as well known. That is the name of the game. And thank you for listening to me this morning. I hope I managed to merge the Maya at the jiva level and the cosmic level through also explaining the mechanism of the gunas. Enjoy your day.